Hello once again, everyone. It is time for Ron Talks Rock. Coming at you with another video, and yeah, Happy New Year to everyone. And yeah, this video here, I wanted to do a kind of like a recap to the end of the year new records that added to my collection. It tends to be a trend for me. Probably a bunch of us that have the same kind of result is the end of the year. I'm very fortunate. The people in my life that you do some gift giving with, and yeah, I'm pretty easy to buy for because I just say, yeah, here's a list of records, and I'm pretty lucky. People usually that's what they'll get me. So this year is no exception. I did good, and I wanted to show what came into my collection at the end of the year, as well as a few that I added right at the end of the year before Christmas, just for myself, I guess. And yeah, some cool finds. So that's what this video is about. And yeah, so let's get started here. One of the I guess it was mid-December or something like that, I went out to a local shop. Really didn't have any specific plan, but I ended up picking up a Mark Lanegan record, Whiskey for the Holy Ghost. And it turns out that this is his debut or original first studio solo record. He's a deceased fellow, if you don't know, and he was the lead singer for a band called the Screaming Trees. Also was involved in Queens of the Stone Age and other projects. And I knew he was a cool guy. I knew he was a cool lyricist, and so I decided to pick up. I knew I wanted to get one. I wanted to get his most recent or last record, which is still on my radar, but I did some research, and he certainly has put out quite a bit of material. This is his first effort as a solo artist, and he's an interesting character, cool guy, cool cat, troubled fellow, and great lyricist. I'm still getting into this. It's really kind of dark, kind of cool rock music. It's got some old school, I don't want to say country, it's not country, but it's got that kind of feeling, almost like a, throwback kind of music. It's pretty cool. So I got to dig into this more, but I like having it. It's got a cool embossed cover with the raised print. It's really quite a neat record to have. So yeah, and then it wasn't that long, a week or two after that, I was out shopping and went back again to my local shop because it's so simple to do, and I picked up two that were on my list, mental list, not my physical list. I keep a physical list as well, and these are direct from the Long Cut Vinyl Community Channel fellow, and he was talking about these bands, and I had seen and knew about them on the peripheral knowledge level, but I picked up Big Star, and this was their debut record, #1 record it's called. It's got this beautiful, cool, glossy cover. I mean, it's a repress, obviously, but man, I am in love with this record. I think it's a great record. Really, really showing off. Great band. What a great band. And this record it's rock. It got some life to some songs, but it does have some beautiful acoustic type of sounding songs. I really dig this record. I like it a lot. They've really caught some attention, it seems, in social and record circles, which is cool. Cool band. Like, they're back, from the 70s. So, a pretty cool band. I like that. And the same time, I picked up one band that I didn't have anything from, and I knew only, again, peripheral, and then some of the vinyl guys were talking about, and the Long Cut was talking about this, and a band called Pavement. And this is a compilation, so it's Quarantine the Past. It's like a best of, and I'll tell you, I love it. It sounds really good. I like the record a lot. The songs are cool. And I was thinking, man, I'm listening to this, who does it remind me of? And you know what it does? It reminds me of Wilco. That's the same kind of brand of music, I guess. A little bit more, I don't know, a little less refined, I guess, would be the right way to phrase it for these guys versus a Wilco, but similar kind of sound. And I dig it. I think I'm happy with it. It's a really odd looking cover. It's got this like kind of like, looks like a kind of like a metal type of cover, but it's not that kind of music, but I like it. All right, that's what I got myself before Christmas. So those are additions to the collection. But at Christmas time, I always do well. I provide a list to people that, you know, care to get me something and that we share gifts with. And, you know, I try to give, here's a range of things that I'm looking to add, and the people all got stuff for me that that I'm lucky. So Kara's, my partner Kara, her daughter gave me a record that, you know, I'm trying to remember if this was in my collection from years back or was it in my uncle's collection, but it's in my memory bank. And I think it was in my collection or my brother's collection, I can't remember, and for some reason one of those ones that disappeared, but I always wanted it back. The Stones Tattoo You. And, you know, what a cool kind of cover. Looking into this and reading about it after and realizing that the cover is Mick Jagger. It doesn't look like him, does it? It looks like a woman. And, of course, Keith there on the back. Now, this album's cool. Obviously, the cover is just iconic, and it's got, you know, Start Me Up on here, but the song that I love on this, one of my favorite Stones songs is on this, Waiting on a Friend, and I just love that song. So, and it sounds really good. So I'm happy to have this into the collection. All right, Kara gave me a Wicked album that I put on my list, but I didn't put a ton of thought into it. I just knew this was an album that has high regard. Arcade Fire, The Suburbs. And this is a beautiful record. It's this, you know, gatefold, just amazing. What a great record. I love it. It's one of my favorites that I got this year, and got some really great songs on here. Modern Man is an especial favorite song. I actually heard the song recently on 102.1 The Edge, and I'm like, oh, I got to get that record because that song's on there. So The Suburbs, Arcade Fire is a really good addition to the collection. My only Arcade Fire vinyl record, I've got Funeral, Arcade Fire on CD I've had forever, so this is a good addition. Great record, I love it. I've already listened to it like 3 times. Okay, my son gave me 2 records. I gave him a list, and I was a little surprised when he gave me his the records. So I always buy my son a record, and he buys me something. I gave my son the new Coldplay record, Moon Music. I think he was happy with that. He collects records, but he's more of a movie guy, but he does like his records too. And so I gave him a list, and he gave me 2 records, and, you know, a little surprised, I guess, that he gave me this, because that's really out of his wheelhouse to get. So listen, I'm not a modern like metal guy. My metal is from the old school metal, you know, the original Ozzy and Black Sabbath and stuff like that. So the new metal, I'm not as versed in, and I don't have as much of. But I knew I wanted to get something from Opeth because, you know, I knew they're, you know, a really great new metal band, and but they've been around a long time. So where do you start? And I was doing my research, and then what do? They bring out a brand new record, The Last Will and Testament, and they brought this record out recently. So that was like, okay, here's another band that rather than going into some deep discography and trying to pick out their 3rd or 4th record to get, I'm going to start with this one and go backwards. Now, this is a beautiful record. It's really a cool cover. You know, it's got this really nice vinyl. That's this beautiful green type vinyl. It's really quite nice. So I haven't even listened to all of this yet. This is a band and an album that this type of music I dig. It's really cool. It's great. I'm going to have to listen to this more and get into it. I have a suspicion that this will probably be the only Opeth record I may put in my collection, but we'll see. You know, it's great music. It's certainly complicated, and I dig it a lot. Good. The other record that my son gave me that was on my list is the latest from the Black Crowes. Okay, Happiness Bastards. What a great record. Fantastic. I knew that it was getting a lot of call outs from people as one of the best records of the year. I hadn't heard much from it yet, and I've only been able to play it once through for me the whole way through, and I was impressed right off the bat. What a great record. However, it's another one of these records where I complain the new style of records. It doesn't need to be a gatefold. I don't know why that is a gatefold like that, but it is. And, you know, but what a great record. Fantastic. Very impressive for them to put out a record this good at this stage when they came back. Man, they did not drop the ball. It's really good record. Happy with that one. Okay, and, you know, I was very fortunate to get a record store gift card from family members, Kara's parents. Very nice of them, sweet of them. And, you know, I'm itchy to pull the trigger when you get something like that, that's for sure. So last year I got one for Sonic Boom Records in Toronto. This time they even got me something that's cool. I learned about a record shop in Canada, in Quebec, called Le Noise. And, you know, it's a record shop that a lot of the record club people like. And it's a nice shop. They do a great job of shipping. So I pulled the trigger, went through their website, pulled the trigger on 2 records. I got this triple vinyl live of a band called Fleet Foxes. Now, Fleet Foxes is not a band I had anything from. In fact, truly a blind buy. I knew about them. I'd heard about them a little bit, but I'd never even heard them. So I pulled the trigger on getting this. It's a live set. So I figured, you know what? Live set, very famous show live on Boston Harbor, it's called. And it's kind of like a greatest hits in a way, because it's got a lot of the songs that goes through their discography. It's on this neat kind of orangey vinyl. Here's my view. I've only listened to some of this so far. I doubt I'll get more Fleet Foxes in my collection. I like it, but this has a lot of songs, 27 different songs. So it gives all I need from this band, I think. We'll see. Maybe I'll really dig it as I get into it. But, you know, happy to have that. It's a band that, when listening to it, I'm like, and you know, you don't want to say they sound just like something else, but it strikes me. I always, for these bands that I don't know well, who do they remind me of? And this reminds me of Cowboy Junkies. That's what this reminds me of. Very mature, well put together compositions. That's what this is. So pretty impressive. And to me, the star of the show for my my new stuff that I got at the end of the year for my Christmas time push, if you want to say, for my collection, is the other one I pulled the trigger on from this gift card that I got. And man, what an amazing record. I knew all about the record as far as it being popular, but I never knew how good it was. And it's Eddie Vedder's 3rd solo record, but really his, in my view, his real full solo record, Earthling. And it is an absolutely beautiful package. What an amazing, beautiful record. It's got this just wonderful vinyl. It's really, really nice. So I was a big fan of the newest Pearl Jam record, Dark Matter. I'm a big fan. I called it my album of the year for 2024, and that is my pick for album of the year. And this here package, which came out, you know, a couple of years ago, is very, very similar looking to the new Pearl Jam. And I was impressed with the Pearl Jam package. Beautiful vinyl, nice, beautiful gatefold record, and this beautiful pamphlet. Same thing with the Pearl Jam. It came with a really nice pamphlet. This is very nice. Andrew Watt is involved as the producer and plays some instruments. This record is like the Pearl Jam. You can see where the Pearl Jam, the newest Pearl Jam, got the template for the packaging and how they put together the record is like this. Now this record has some pretty great guests on it. Ringo Starr, Elton John, Josh Klinghoffer from ex of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and Red Hot Chili Peppers drummer as well. And, you know, Eddie pulling in some heavy hitter friends. Benmont Tench from Tom Petty's band. Yeah, but I'll tell you something. I absolutely adore this record. It's fast becoming a favorite in my collection. I love it. It's really, really good. Great songs. Invincible is great. Long Way, Brother to Cloud, The Dark. Like really, really strong record. I'm really happy with it. And that's the star of my editions in my view. And yeah, that's my video. Nice to say hi to everyone again. And busy time of year, the end of the year, but it's a new year, 2025. Pretty exciting to say that we have arrived at 2025. It's a big year coming up, I hope, for everybody. And I'll be seeing you again soon. I'm going to jump on some more videos again. And I may do there's a CD tag going around the vinyl community. And that appeals to me because I did the vinyl tag. It was fun. So I think I might do the CD tag. You know, I might jump on that because I like my CDs. I like music, and I do collect CDs. Vinyl has really captured all of our attention, but man, whew, vinyl's really getting not out of hand, but it's pricey. So CDs are appealing. Everything is pricey these days. All the best to you guys, and I'll see you again. Thanks for watching, and like and subscribe if you don't mind, if you haven't. And yeah, take it easy now. Bye.